Hi guys, Lady Random here, and welcome back to the, well, not the Baj Patreon server as such. This is actually Random's server, but Random's server is in existence for a Patreon project. So this is something that has been dreamed up by Random himself, but it's a community project that we actually want as many people who want to be involved from the Patreon server included as possible to make it happen. So let's just hop into normal view mode, and as you can see, Random himself is just down over there doing some building, and there's some lava and structures, and you can probably tell we are in creative. And the reason for that is that we are in the process of starting to create a sort of RPG map, for want of a better term. It's an idea that Random came up with that's sort of been a bit of a sort of culmination of thoughts about the way that we've been doing UHCs. I mean, a lot of the people on the server love a UHC. However, they do tend to go on for quite a long time. You know, it's almost a little bit too long sometimes. Random have come up with some fairly good ideas with how to sort of implement ways of trying to make it a little bit quicker, but also keep it interesting. So, you know, the whole getting tooled up, etc., getting all that done. So, hence the creation of the RPG map. Now, the plan behind it, effectively, is it's almost a little bit of a questing map, for want of a better word, without it being all about the quest. So you're not required to deliver things to NPCs or anything like that at all. The idea is the map itself will lead you through. So we'll employ the mirror map idea, that you'll have sort of 4 teams, all with identical maps, randomising loot, etc., through the chests. But we'll be using the map itself as a way of guiding people through the map. They have the opportunity to sort of complete little tasks, little quests, and collect the loot to actually get geared up. Plan with that should take round about sort of 50 to 60 minutes to do this part, and then you'll all be channeled into a central arena where the PvP battle royale will happen. So you probably see we've kind of got a little sort of mock-up of some little walls that we're planning, because like I said, we want the map to be sort of having an open world feel to a point, but what we don't want is for people to kind of wander too far away from the main area. So this is going to be the spawn area, and as you can see, we're actually using the river, and it's a fantastic siege. It's got a really lovely river that actually works beautifully as the way of kind of making the path and channeling people through. So with very little help of the horse here, Random has been busy creating. So idea is that the map's going to be set in adventure mode and following the course of the river and keeping an eye out for places. So there's Poopa Lotta Pee-Pee. Okay. So this, I guess, is the instruction book there. I'm not going to open that and spoil that, but the Poopa Lotta Pee-Pee. That's inspired. Inspired. I'm getting in his way. Right. So what the plan is that people within the Patreon server, so the members of the Patreon server, will actually take ownership of a project or an area or a build, and the idea is that we will sort of, as a community, work together. I mean, we want people who've got sort of command block knowledge, redstone knowledge, people who are great builders, people who just like to play. You don't have to be amazing at anything within the game to get involved in it. We just want loads of people to get in, you know, work together. Bit of a kind of community project where, you know, we can work together basically as a team and create something very cool. And yeah, we've still got some few guardians from where we were having some thoughts about how to make this a little more interesting. So yeah, he's still there. Probably despawned now. So yeah, I mean, along the way we've set some little markers using beacons to try to, you know, get some ideas of some good spots where we could create stuff. I think this is some palette stuff that Olva and T-Snow have been working on. And over here, it's quite a long way over here, is where I have started my build. And the theme behind it is for it to be kind of sort of Aztec stroke Mayan stroke Inca, that kind of thing. So with that in mind, this is kind of what I've come up with. Now it looks a little bit raw at the moment. What I actually want to do is to sort of, now I've got the superstructure, as it were, built, and we've sort of gone for a theme of sort of Mayan style temple. I do want to add some more detailing sort of on the stages as we go. As I said, it's still a little bit raw. We're just trying to get the idea of the size, etc., that we want to use for it. But I also want to kind of make it as if it's been sort of not swallowed up by the desert, but where we've got the desert kind of starting to encroach on it, so it's not sort of entirely exposed. And we have a bunny. Hello, bunny. So what I will be doing is probably using a bit of sand to kind of build it up where we've got a bit more height sort of around here. I'll probably leave the front of it as is, just because that's going down to sort of an almost beachy area. But if we're kind of looking the way the terrain is, it's like a lot of the wind has sort of built up areas effectively behind here, and if the wind's coming from this direction, then that's going to be blowing the sand in this direction. So what I want to do is I'll maybe kind of layer this up a little bit more and start to sort of build it up, so it kind of looks like it's actually coming out of the sand, and over time, you know, the sand has moved in and started to swallow it up a little bit. So that is the idea. Now what am I going to do inside it? Well, that I am actually going to probably either save for another episode, or probably not actually tell you at all, because I don't want to do too many spoilers on what is actually going to be in here. I am no Redstone technical genius. As you know, it's taken me, the best part of 50 episodes to do a automated kind of enchanting table thing. So don't expect any great Redstone wonders within here. I'm kind of thinking it would be nice to maybe do something a little bit interesting in there. But yeah, I will keep what is in there for a secret. Now, one of the other things we're going to have to work on is looking at areas like this. Because the plan of the map is to be played in adventure mode, so you can't place blocks, you can't break blocks, because we want to keep it right. We want to keep people not able to craft effectively. What they will do is actually, through completing the challenges, etc., throughout the map, is that they will collect the loot that they need. So it's all going to be down to finding the places, completing the challenges, etc., to actually get the stuff that they need for their team. And because it's all going to be randomised, you never know what you're going to get. So what we don't want is for people to be able to craft stuff. We also don't want people to be taking unnecessary damage from the map. So where we've got areas like this, we're going to need to sort of work on that to actually make that safe. So, you know, if you fall down a hole, you're going to need to be able to get out. So, you know, we would make sure that we're sort of creating the map in a way that, you know, if you fall down something, it's not going to end in total disaster for you. You know, you can actually get out without being able to place blocks. So stuff like that, stuff like this hole here. You know, lava, if you fall in the lava, well, that's just stupid. But, yeah, it's pretty dark down here. Let's just sort of pop a torch for a second. You see here, nicely stairwayed. That you can get out of, that's not a problem. But getting out of the actual hole itself, that's a problem. So what we may have to do there is actually fill this in, possibly. So we've still got the cave area, but you know, you can actually find a way of jumping yourself out of it. So there we go, like so. So once the map's completed, it could take a little while to actually get it done, depending on, you know, how much time that everybody's got to invest in it, how many people actually want to be involved, because, you know, we want to make it interesting, we want to make it involved, but there is going to be a fair amount of play testing involved in it as well. I've got sand in here, I have. This is bugging me. I can see the sandstone. Yeah, so people are going to be involved in play testing, so, you know, if you don't want to be involved in actually building the map itself, then, you know, you could be one of the play testers. So there's loads and loads of opportunity for people to actually get involved in creating the map and playing the map and getting it out there. So that is the plan. So what do you need to do to get involved? Well, it is only open to those who are subscribed to Baj's Patreon server. If you're interested, then leave a comment. Random's actually got a video, and I'll make sure there's a link to Random's channel and Random's video on this as well. I will also ensure that there is a link in the description to Baj's Patreon page. So if you are interested in joining, then get signed up. Sign yourself up onto to Baj's Patreon, and what we can do, express an interest, and we can then get you whitelisted on the server once you are confirmed as a Patreon. So there we go. That is what we are up to. So I'm hoping to spend a bit of time on this. I don't want to neglect the Patreon server itself, so I am going to try and get something recorded out on that this week, but I wanted to kind of get this out there and get it highlighted and sort of show you what we're looking to do as a community. Okay, let's pop ourselves just down here, shall we, just for a second. There we go. So hope you all enjoyed it. Hope you find it's going to be an interesting project. Looking forward to seeing loads of people on here having a little play, getting creative, sharing some ideas. You know, as well, it's a great way of increasing your own knowledge of different aspects of Minecraft that you might not have explored yourself before. So like I said, I am terrible with redstone, but I like to build. So, you know, there's an opportunity here for me to team up with one of the other guys on the server who are better at redstone than me, and you know, I could actually work with somebody and actually learn quite a bit from that. So quite looking forward to that. But for now, guys, thank you all very much for watching, and we shall see you in the next one. Take care.